Is it true?
You know, very few cases. There was an unfortunate incident out in Iowa.
Look, gentlemen, practice these words in front of the mirror. Although we are constantly exploring the subject, currently, there is no direct evidence that links cell phone usage to brain cancer.
With the studies that we're talking about and the ones that you've done, are these devices really emitting radiation levels that are concerning or unsafe?
Right now, I cannot answer that question.
Every cell phone emits some radiation. Whether it's enough to cause cancer, most scientists say, is still frankly unknown.
Here's a stat for you. There are about 270 million cell phones in use in this country. 270 million, that's almost one for every man, woman, and child.
I actually believe that radiation beyond a certain level is dangerous to the body in certain ways. And the truth is that the way experimental research is done, all they can say is in a certain experiment, it definitely was a carcinogen.
I just come from just a point of view of what I've read and what, I've read that sound like scientific results, and where my thinking is. I'm not pro cell phone next to the head.
Do not put your phone up to your ear because it could fry your brain. There's the phone, there's the earpiece, and just keep the phone away from the body. It could be like the early days of cigarette smoking. We just don't know at this stage.
I think it's important that the World Health Organization has identified cell phone use as a potential cancer risk. There is an unexplained increased incidence of cancer with long-term use of cell phones. And the cancers tend to occur preferentially on the side of the brain closest to the handheld phone.
What we realized is the possibility is that we are the guinea pigs, that perhaps we just don't know whether or not there is harm caused because we haven't been looking long enough.
It's simply too soon. It's really just now that we would start to see the impact in terms of cancer development.
When my 8-month-old grandson showed that he was really smart with a phone, I began to get curious about what we knew about cell phones, and what I found really concerned me. Then I began to do research on this about 7 years ago. The brain of a child absorbs twice as much radiation as an adult. That's a stunning fact. Few people are aware of it.
Requiring specific absorption rates, which is basically what's emitted in your cell phone, to be made available at point of sale when you purchase a cell phone. I can assure you this is controversial legislation.
After Gavin Newsom decided that he was going to pass this right-to-know ordinance in San Francisco, the response by the CTIA cellular telecommunications industry was to immediately file a lawsuit against the city of San Francisco.
The industry came down hard on us. They actually canceled their conference here in San Francisco. I was running for higher office. Trust me, it's not an industry you want to infuriate. I'm a big believer in technology. I'm writing a book about this. Technology, social media. And I use my iPhone. I love it, and I'm not encouraging you not to or discouraging you. But I just think you have a right to know about this, so the question's a good one. We got a lot of grief, a lot of blowback, and I'm still paying a big price for that. They buy silence. They buy apathy. They buy politicians. You don't know about what's going to happen in the future. You got to hold on your own. Maybe we're wrong, but maybe we're right.
I would hold my cell phone here, and the tumor was right there.
We didn't know your phone emits radiation. We joked about it. My husband's ear would get bright red, and he'd have to hold his phone out to here. He lived on his phone for 2 decades, and it ended up killing him.
He lasted 7 months and died 7 days after his 29th birthday. We want people to know that this is just the tip of the iceberg. I don't think people realize what we're getting into.
To be very clear, industry has not said once that cell phones are safe.